All right. Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to everyone in the EST time zone. Interesting week, and we'll be going over some of the things that we discussed last week and something I want to build from there to what the market's been doing. Just give me a sec. All right. Before we actually get started, let's actually talk about what's happening this week in terms of the calendar. Hey, Richard, how you doing, man? All right. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is pretty clear. We've got Mr. Pablo speaking. Give me one sec. Where is he? Mr. Pablo speaking on Thursday, and then we have he's speaking after market close at 4 o'clock. But more importantly, we have the GDP numbers and the unemployment claims. That's for the end of quarter. Very, very important. And then on Friday, we've got the PCE data coming at 8:30, so it's coming about 30 minutes pre-market. If the PCE data is very strong, you can see a relief in the market. But if it's really good, then the market's going to put more pressure and we can go downwards. Now, what I've done here is I'm going to give you a long-term picture on what the market looks like. So basically, we're looking at daily charts today. Hey, Antonio, in my opinion, we are due for a bounce, and I'm going to show you why technically. You guys can see it. Hold on. Let's start with the chart. Let's start with SPX actually. Okay, so this is what I have for the chart. 43.25 is my level. Let's see on Monday what happens. Technically, as we've always talked about, if a Friday is red, there's a chance Monday, 80% chance that Monday will be red. And so if we don't gap down and we open flat, or if we do gap down, I expect a bounce coming Monday. And with some relief, we can see another leg down because this is end of the quarter and there's a JPM wall at 42.10, which means that we can head down there. It's a very easy way to play from here. If we stay under 43.25 on Monday, I'm looking to buy 4,200 puts for a week out, or 4,250 puts for a week out. But there's nothing in the middle stopping us from getting to 42.70. But I do think here's where we get the bounce. I'm gonna show you something that I showed you guys last week too, or not last week. I showed it to you on Thursday at the come up. Here, let's add this. So basically, a candle outside the Bollinger Band, second candle. It's a daily candle. Let me zoom in, show it's entirely out. You can historically go back in time and show me one time this has happened where you get two candles back to back outside. You won't find a time. If there's one candle out, the second one pulls it right back in. So we're looking for some kind of recovery, in my opinion. I'm not saying we're not dropping. I'm just saying you're looking at some kind of recovery. I'm going to show you another tool that I was playing around with. This is called the standard deviation chain, and everything should be on the last lane. So if this is the middle, this is up to standard deviation, this is down. We are out of the standard deviation here too, so we need to go back in. Let me show you the SPY chart. I didn't do anything on SPY, but I know there's a lot of people that trade SPY. So let me show you something on a daily chart. Let's clear everything. I believe it's 431-ish. Let's draw something here. 431. Let's fix this. Here's where we're at. So for this level to break at one go, it's going to be hard. So there's a couple of factors. Like if you look at it, we're out of Bollinger Band, okay? We're out of standard deviation. We're at key daily level that we've only retested twice now. So there's a chance that we might bounce before we get the next leg down. That's what I'm watching. That Amazon news that came in, and I'm not saying that because I'm in Amazon. The Amazon calls that came in on Friday. Sorry, not the calls. I apologize. The Amazon news that came in on Friday that they're going to start charging for a special feature where you have to you'll get ads when you're watching, and if you want to get rid of it, you're gonna have to pay subscription. The same news came for Netflix, and Netflix did pretty well. That's added revenue for them. I think that's amazing, and might be circulated again on on the week. So if that comes, we should see a bounce. Now I'll show you. So this is SPY. If you have any questions, there's about a 10-second delay. So if I don't see your question, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I don't see it. So drop your questions, anything you have about the market. For all the people that are joining now, we have a JPM call one on SPX end of quarter for 42.10, so that could happen, but I think we could see a bounce first here. It's a very key level. 42.70 is my next level, and after that we have 41.71. So that's the level I'll be watching. My biggest mistake last week was not staying in my shorts. I had those SPY October contracts. They were up 60-70%. They should be about up at least 150-200% now. I'm not even looking at them because I wasn't expecting this kind of continuation because we haven't seen anything like that. I don't want to go heavier on puts now unless important levels break, but let me show. There's still room for short. Like Meta looks like it could still be shorted. There's room, but I'm going to show you Amazon, and this is the play that I'm in. So they have about $3.2 million in October contracts, and then they added another 2,800 contracts on the December one, which roughly comes down to about 2.8 million. This all came on Friday. This is the 100 moving average. I'm thinking of if we stay here, if we bounce on Monday, I'm thinking of adding December calls instead of October. So I already have a very small size of only 10 contracts. I had about 50 contracts initially, so I trimmed down. I only have 10 now. I want to add December's instead, but I'm gonna wait. I might just play Amazon weekly because I know it's gonna bounce from the 100 moving average, and that's what I'll be watching, and that's why I think we get a bounce. So let's throw Bollinger Band again here. There is the bottom, then there is, you have a big support, daily support, then you have a demand there, then you have a 100 moving average. So there's a high chance we could wait. I think one thing I could have done different, I was thinking we'd run on Friday, was I could have waited for the 128 level to come first before adding those 10 contracts. But again, hindsight, everything makes perfect sense. So that's pretty much what I'm watching. I'm going to give you, I'm giving you key levels. You should be drawing alerts on it. What you do from there is up to you. So for IWM, here's what we're at. So very, very key level here. It broke the 200 down. This is 100. It broke down. Let me hide this. It broke the 200 moving average. It's under Bollinger Band almost. 176 is my level. If 176 holds, we're going back to 180. If 170 break, we're going back to 172. Very clean level. Very clean level. That's why I like this setup. I usually don't bring IWM on, but let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm realizing that more and more people are watching my YouTube video after, so I'm thinking of moving this watch list meeting to the evening. We'll probably try that next Sunday. We'll do this in the evening than the morning because I feel like more people have it and they have questions, and that's what I'd like to answer. So this is what IWM, I'm going to repeat. If 176 break, we're looking at 172. If 176 bounces, we're looking at 180. I have alerts on both sides. Whichever way this goes, I am looking to go that way. Let's look at QQQ. Let's take the Bollinger Band. We know it's at the bottom. Everything looks like it's at a very, very important key level. So same thing for the everything. So if we bounce from this area, 361 is going to be the area we want to look at. Another thing I want to talk about. Let's go back for SP. If 4320 breaks, 4300 is a massive gamma put wall. That it will take a while. So we're looking like, let's say we gap down and we open at 4300. If 4300 stays intact, we get a bounce back to 4320. That's a failed breakout. I'm going to get into calls there. So I'm giving you both scenarios. If we gap down, that's what I'm looking at. If 4300 holds, so if, for instance, we open at, let's say 4305, 4310, and I'm watching for 4300 to break now. If it doesn't break and we go back to 4222, 4025, I'm going for 4350 calls. That's what I'm looking to do. So that's that. Let's look at NVIDIA, AMD as well, and Tesla. Okay, so everything is going on the key support. Look at this. To the dot, 100 moving average bounce rejects the 420 level. One again, I looked at the this carefully. The support isn't at 420. It's actually a 421. 421 needs to clear out. So if we go above 421 calls, but under 421, this is where I would buy calls. In the middle range, I'm not dropping anything. If 412 breaks, good. You can short from 420. Let's say if you see there's more, let me give you hourly. If you get like, let's go, this isn't really VIX, so let's take a look. So yeah, look at this long wicks. If you're seeing this kind of stuff, again, you can short here, but if the moment this breaks, you're out. Very clean level this time. I'm not messing around. Market is juicy. A lot of money has been made and can be made. I had about 50 contracts on AX, sold 40, still holding 10. I think AX can go really down from there. They're not, regional banks aren't doing good, but I held a small position because I'm worried about a bounce. So once again, just to be clear, NVIDIA stays under 421. It's a short position. However, 409.14, this level right here that we are at, if we get there again, I'm looking to calls unless these guys break. In the middle, I'm not touching it. Hope that's crystal clear. So that's NVIDIA for you guys. So let's set this. How would you set alert? So 420 could be an alert in case we get there. You don't want to have an alert at 421 because you need room to act. So you need a dollar basically in advance to know when you're going to do. So 420 hits, now you got your eyes on, you're watching the chart. Other one, if we drop, I'm looking at 411. So again, I'm not going to take calls at 411, but that's, you need rooms to act. 411. Then we've got, let's look at Tesla. I'm going to go over another ticker. I have a lot of good stuff today. I've spent a lot of weekend just preparing for this because I didn't like how I executed on Friday. Thursday was fine. The AX puts paid a lot. SPY puts paid. That was all good. But so here's Tesla. Let's clean up. Let's do this together. Okay, so what's our 100 moving average here? It is 236. So if 238. So if we gap down, this is the level we're watching. So here's a couple of things. There's a demand zone here. There's a strong daily support. There's a 100 moving average here. So that's what we're looking. I'm not looking to buy calls at 244. You buy calls at 244. That's like me buying calls on Amazon on Friday. You have to wait. And I bought in the mid range. And a good thing I only added a starter position for shorting. This is we're looking to short 264. Right now, I think we're heading to 238, 236, 5 area. Like again, guys, this is daily support. So this is stuff that we need to talk. Okay, so it's daily support. Let's say we're 238 and you're 5 minutes at 236. Do you now get stopped out? Depends, right? What's your contract like? If you got October contracts, I would look at least an hourly support because that will be a VIC at the end of the day, right? If it just bounced back up. So you got to look at longer time frame depending on what your contracts are. But you can't take weekly trades based on daily candles. You have to look at hourly or 30 or 5 minutes. That's something very key. Otherwise, you're going to get stopped out. So if I was to take this trade, I would look at 1 hour. Okay. So let's do this together. Sorry. Let's do this together. So this is how I would take this trade. If I'm taking on, let's say 5 minute. Okay, perfect. I would take this trade at 242-ish and 238 would be my stop. So $2. That's how I would take the trade. If we gap down to 242, you could take the trade with 238. If we gap down to 238, you could take the trade with call. If 238, let's say 236 break, you're out. Like something like that. That's how I would take the trade. The next trade that I have my eyes on is Boeing. Let me show you. Usually don't trade this ticker, but this trade works for counter trading a lot. Gonna show you guys something here. What are we at? We're at 197. So Here's another. We're looking for a solid demand here, right? Let's see. There's something here. Right here. Found it. Okay, so we're right at demand. Let's zoom in. So we're under 100. Let's see what if we're under 200. So this is what we have here. We can clean it up if we want to. Hold on. So this is your supply. If you were to, like, let's say re-short it, this is where I would, or take profits. Very nice setup here. Very, very nice. So this is kind of what I'm expecting the market to do. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. What I'm trying to show you guys, we could see a bounce here and then another leg down. So let's just draw this so I could show it to you. And so I'm looking at longer time frames this week and not playing anything out of impulse or hold on, where is my arrow? There we go. So here's what I'm expecting to happen. So this is kind of what I think we have one potential to happen. Anyone have any questions? Let me know. I keep saying that because when we do call out trades in coming week, I want to make sure you guys understand why we did what we did. Let me go check if there's any major flow that came in the last hour. I'm going to go over the flow with you guys quickly. So Li, L-I, I believe they make lithium batteries. They came out with $5 million in contract 4 minutes before close. Very high suspect here. So let's take a look at Li. And this is a very common practice for me that I look at what the Friday flow was, because sometimes there's some sort of news coming and they're trying to sneak in the flow just before the market close because no one's really watching. It's Friday. People are just like kind of wrapping up. So Li Auto, this is something else. This isn't not lithium batteries. Okay. They got 35 and 30 contracts for roughly 4.64 million. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So it's daily. Here's what I see, and tell me if you guys see the same. So I see this. Let me know what you guys think, what this looks like. So let's change this to 50 moving average. What is this, guys? Tell me. Let's make sure we're paying attention. So $40.35. Okay. So I'm looking. So they came up with in the money contract. Look, it looks really good, but I'm going to set my alert on the 50 moving average. If it gets above that, I'll consider this. Otherwise, I'm going to stay out. If we can, yeah, it's a bull flag. If we can, it's a really good chart, to be honest. Like if we can break this, you're above the trend line, you're above the 50 moving average, and you have flow to back it up. So I have my alert on 40.35 on this. Looks really good. Let's take a look at what else came. I'll read it out for you guys. There's coin $1 million calls. There are Apple calls for, oh damn, Tesla has calls. Tesla has $13 million worth of call for next week. We've already gone over the chart, so that's something you can keep an eye on. Nvidia has calls, Rivian has calls, but let's look at the, give me 1 second. Let me tell you exactly what the Tesla calls are. Give me 1 sec. Let's pull the Tesla chart one more time. Looking at, so they hit Tesla 270, 200, let me write this down so you guys, hold on. Let's actually plan this one here for Monday. We're planning a trade for Monday, okay? So this is the contract, Tesla 257.5. Okay, it's for 929 for 13.5 million. How much is a contract? Can you, I don't know if Brook guys are on, but I believe they paid, yeah, got it. I believe they paid 250. I'm not sure how much the contracts are now, but they paid, I'm gonna add this right here so you guys can see it. 250, so $250 per contract premium. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is a pretty big one. Let's go 5 minutes to see. So I'm looking to take based on this. Where's my daily? Let's go hourly. Let's bring this here. I want to make sure. Okay, so they're looking at 257, which is, we have a, this is hourly chart by the way, guys. So 254 all the way till 256.11 is where there is a supply. So let's just mark this. And so I'm looking at Tesla calls around, this will be my stop. 230, 843 will be my stop. And I'm trying to enter, hoping that we get a gap down, trying to enter here. Let's see, any other thing? And then if not, then I'm done for the day. If you guys have any question, you can drop them. If you have any chart that you like to go, drop them. I want to go over Meta, but that's basically it. I really wanted to look at Meta. So let's take a look at Meta and then we're done. If you have any questions, drop them. If not, we're good. So this was the channel that Meta was in, finally broke. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I like to do my own charts first. So Meta is the only one that kept going back to 300. Okay, so this thing might be the strongest come Monday after Tesla, because Tesla is the only one that's such a big flow. So usually, let's do clean here. Okay, so usually what happens with these channels is, I've covered this before. Usually what happens with these channels is we break down the channel, then we retest it, and then we fall down again. So if we can get above, what is this, 50 moving average, which is 302, we can see the top of the channel. But where we're at in the market, I don't think that happens. I think we're going to get topped off at this level here, 305. This is where we keep failing. On Friday, I had this level, but I honestly wasn't confident because my Tesla trade failed right at open. I'm like, okay, let's just chill for a bit and see how it goes. But this is what I have for Meta chart. Let me see the flow on Meta. Give me a sec. I saw something. I'll read it out to you guys. There's Meta puts for 295 for October. I'm looking for like, and then there's calls, so it's the same price. It almost looks like a straddle. I'm looking for like a week out, like what we see for Tesla, but I don't see anything. Let me check golden sweeps for a sec here. Golden sweeps are anything that's over $1 million. I don't see anything. I see Meta for 2026 calls. I see Meta for 2026, like a lot of Meta calls for 2026. Don't really help us much. Okay, so that's basically it. You have a request for a target chart. We'll take a look at it. Looks horrible. Let's go see what. Let's go check 200. Okay. Not really helping us. So this is the daily chart. I'm going to go weekly just to see if I can find anything here. Yeah, found it. I'll draw a line so it's easier for me to draw a zone. Now I can zoom in. It's not like, I think Mark was talking in the on Come Up the other day that if you're looking for dividend stocks, they're falling. I personally don't think, like, if you make like, let's say a 5% on the dividend stock, but the stock is down like 40%, I don't know how that makes any sense. So this is what I'm looking for. Antonio, I'm looking for, hold on, let me just get this tight here. 109.44. That would be my stops. If you were like, okay, I'm going to take October calls, that's what I'm looking at. and I was short this. Let's go daily again to see where the demand supply is. 119 is again a supply. So you're looking at 109 as your stop, Antonio, like around here. And then this is where I think it would fail again. So based on everything I'm looking at, it looks like a retracement and then a drop again because there's a supply there. That's what usually happens. Like I'll show you one more time. Sorry for re-emphasizing the same stuff. I think this is what BA I'm showing you. I think this is what the market does. Bounce and then drop. Let me go check SPX. Probably a demand there too. Yeah. I don't think we quite, well, I shouldn't say I don't think it can happen. Let's see hourly where we're at. 4365, 4400 is going to be a massive put wall now. Okay. I don't think that breaks. So that would make sense. 4320 breaks. Okay. Let's talk about something that not a lot of people. There's something called a failed breakout. That is the single most setup where I made the most money on SPX. If I can catch 3 of them a year, that's all I need. And if all my other trades go to zero, it doesn't matter. I'm going to quickly break down what a failed breakout is. Failed breakout is when a key level breaks. Okay. A key level breaks, clear break, goes under it, and then it does what we call a fake breakout because it bounces right back up. And what that does is when a key level breaks, institution money comes in, a lot of money comes in to short it. So they're shorting it now. When it gets above that level, those people are covering now because they realize they got trapped. The people on the other side are adding calls. Usually these setups are best taken when they happen in the last 2 to 3 hours. I've made 5,000% on trades on a failed breakout. So I think if we get, let's say 4,300 and let's say 4,300 break, let's say, just give you a random example. Let's say we open at 4,300 and then we're just all day just struggling 4,300, 4,320. And then let's say 3 hours before we break 4,300 and then bounce back up, I'm adding calls for Tuesday as well and Monday. Those are called failed breakout setup. They make the most money. All right, let's go. There's more chart requests. There is Nike. Everything's looking really bad. It's like seasonality is just garbage right now for people that buy calls. So if you're looking at the weekly chart, like if we were to get a gap down, this is 85 to, let me give you a range, 88.47 is what we're looking at. So if we get a gap down here, we should get a bounce. And that's what everything's showing. A gap down and a bounce, that would make sense. Or market opens flat on Monday, we start selling off and then a bounce. That's, I think, what we're expecting. I'm going to probably come back to this video and analyze my own thesis, but let me go check if there's any flow on Nike for you. Hold on. Nothing that I have that the bot alerted. I'm pretty sure there's always flow, but when the bot alerts something, it's usually something that's good. So no flow, but this is kind of what we're looking like a bounce here. I'm going to zoom in so you can. Here, let me just take myself out. Maybe it'll be, no, it doesn't make a difference. Let me just zoom in so you can see it. So 85.34, 88.47, that's where we're looking at the bounce. And then let's go cost, and then I'm done after that. Okay, so Costco, unlike other stocks, isn't doing that bad. Let's get rid of this. Let's go daily. No need for us to do weekly. Okay, so cost might be not a bad short setup here. It's late, but we have something coming. We talked about it. We have retail sales or something coming on Thursday. Let me check. No, it's unemployment claims. Yeah, no, there's unemployment. Let me see if on Friday we have anything coming to retail. No. But like, look at this. This is a beautiful setup. I wasn't even watching this. Actually, I drew the supply wrong. No one corrected me. Hold on. This is your supply. I'm not going to take this up, the the setup here because you have a demand zone right here. It can bounce, but I am looking. Let's say we get a reversal, 564. Alert set on this. Okay. I think we have Nike and cost earning this week. You are right, sir. Let me check Nike too. Nike looks really bad. Like you could go calls on it, but Nike looks really bad. Cost on the other hand, there's meat to the bone. Like if this drops, you can catch something. Nike looks. I don't know. I personally wouldn't touch Nike. They come up with something around earnings, it shoots up or it goes down. So you could play target calls on cost earnings. That's what you could do. Not a financial advice. But that wouldn't be bad. One last thing I was gonna say. The reason why I've talked about Amazon so much, I want to give you my reasoning more like why is long seasonality? Well, apart from Amazon having earnings in about 30 days now, there's Prime Day on October 10th, and it's on the 100. There's like a lot of stuff going on with Amazon. I'd say keep an eye on it. This thing, I think Amazon could still do 150 while the market's tanking. So keep an eye. If Amazon works, that's the only trade you needed. That's all I'll say. But I have my eyes on SPX. SPX going to make a ton of money. That's why I have like separate dedication levels. Like these are like rocks. These are not 5-minute level. These are daily levels. These are very key levels. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. 40 to 70 breaks. We're heading to 40 to 10. That's the JPM wall end of the quarter. So keep an eye. Don't go within a thesis up down. Just go in level break in and out. Like that's kind of what I'm gonna do. Apart from that, let me know if you have any question. I expect us to do this watchlist meeting on YouTube live this month and next month. And based on how it goes, we'll see if I want to continue it or not. But for this month and next month, I'm going to be here. Tesla is the play of the week. Clear everything. This is what we got. Have this typed out so you guys don't have to go back and forth like I have. Sometimes I mess up, like I should color it red because sometimes people look at this and they don't understand. So this is the supply. This is resistances right here. This is the demand. We're looking. This is the final stop. 238.43. 13.5 million guys is a lot. I know Tesla has a lot of people that just buy, cult following, all that, but not bad. Cool. Keep an eye. Let me know if you have any questions. With that, I'm out. And leave your comments what you like to see and when you would like the meeting to happen. All right, I'm going to be ending the stream now. See you guys tomorrow.